breakups, getting dumped, the worst. I mean, what a gut, cringe, heart, chest aching, mind spinning circumstance, situation that you're now in. First and foremost, I just want to say that if you've just been dumped, before I even go into the advice, let's just humanize this. Can we just bring in the human aspect of this, which is, my darling, I am so sorry that your heart is hurting right now. Oh, if I could just hold you in my lap and just squeeze you and kiss you on the head and say, darling, I know it hurts. I know it hurts. I've been there. Most of us have been there. It hurts to go through a breakup, but then when you've been dumped, it does something to your confidence. It does something to your mental health. It takes your peace away, takes your confidence, your security in yourself away, makes the world spin. So honey, I'm just so sorry, and just know that you may not feel like it, but you are so loved and you are so valuable, and you need to hear this. You are so lovable. I want you to really, really, really let that soak in. You are so lovable and you matter. You truly matter. I think when we go through a breakup or we're dumped, man, we really associate our identity, our value around that. And we create these worst case scenarios in our mind of, I'm never going to be loved. I'm never going to have someone that sees me the same way. No one's ever going to understand me the way that this person understood me. I invested all of this energy, all of this time, all these emotions, all the fights that we went through, hoping that we would have our fairy tale. We worked so hard. We busted our ass. And now I'm left empty-handed. My dear, you are not alone. And this may feel like the end of the world, but my darling, we are going to take this one step at a time and one day at a time, okay? So just be patient with your journey, okay? And that's the first piece of advice. These are the 3 things that I would immediately do. Did you get the emphasis on that? Immediately do. And the first thing is, don't rush your journey. And what does that even mean? I think when we go through something like this, it's just like, okay, I want to move on. Because essentially when we say, I just want to move on, it's I want to get out of the current pain that I'm in because it's unbearable right now. I feel like I can't breathe. It's suffocating me. It's consuming my thoughts. I hope you feel understood in this, because as human beings, boy, do we need to be understood. That is part of validation for ourselves, is being understood. And so I know you want to rush through things. You just want to get out of this pain. You don't want to feel it anymore. But my darling, that is the worst thing that you can do. So the first thing is, don't rush. Don't put tons of pressure on yourself to hurry up and move on. I know your friends are going to want to encourage you to do that. I know you're going to listen to songs that are going to encourage you to do that, but it's just the worst thing to do. Why? Because your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit, all of it right now, your whole nervous system is under so much pressure, because breakups, man, they hit us on a physical level. They hit us on a mental health level. They hit us in every area, because relationships are intertwined through our heart, and our heart is where everything funnels through. The logic, your spirituality, your emotions, even the physical side, it's all wrapped up in this heart of ours. And so everything takes a toll when we go through a breakup. And the last thing that you can do is the last thing that you want to do is put tons of pressure on yourself to move out of this. It's the worst thing that you do. So just realize that this is going to be a day-by-day journey. And here's your new mantra. All I can focus on is what I'm going to do today. And that's it. Like, that is the goal. And too many people want to jump ahead of that. And then what happens is they end up repeating history. They end up repeating the same habits. They make commitments in their heart. I will never do this. I will never do that. And what happens is that entanglement of commitment ends up getting them back in the same solution, because just being headstrong, saying, I'll never do that again, isn't the answer. It's healing through what you've just been through. So when you try to logic and say, I'm just going to be mentally strong and never let that happen, honey, you just put a noose around your feet and it's going to happen. It's going to pull you back in. You're going to lasso yourself back into that same scenario all over again with just a different base. No, we continue to recreate what we don't take the time to heal, what we don't take the time to face. So that's why rushing is the worst thing that you can do. And listen, if you're needing support, you're like, I need to learn how to connect with people in a healthy way, because this situation wasn't the most healthy thing. I can see my bad habits. I can see where I allow their bad habits. Check out my online course. It will totally support you in this. It's the 5 things that sabotage us from real connection. You're like, Arica, if I could just have some information that would show me what I did wrong or where things went wrong, I got you. You're not alone. Check out that course. It's going to show you how many of us, we don't even realize it. We're not even conscious of how we're sabotaging our relationship. And these are the 5 things that you can actually correct. When you start doing this differently, it just really changes how you connect with another human being. I had a sweet guy. He was a client of mine. He also got this program, and he had been married, and unfortunately he had lost his wife. And he said to me, he said, Arica, I got your course. And he said, I wish I would have done these things with my wife. I feel like it would have made our marriage so much more rich had I done these things. And so if that's you and you're like, I just don't want to keep repeating this. I don't want the same cycle. I don't want to go through another heartbreak. I don't want to go through another breakup. Then check out that course. It will really give you direction so that you don't repeat this relationship and this heartache again. The second thing is, and this sounds very cheesy, but if you don't do it, it is going to kick you in the butt. You will pay for it. And that is to nurture yourself. And that may sound so weak and childish and I don't need to be nurtured. Shut up. Yes, you do. Stop it. Yes, you do. And nurture yourself. That means sometimes you just got to cheat a little bit and eat the foods that you normally would not eat, just to let your body go, okay, I'm safe. Whatever I tell some of my clients, like, what was your favorite childhood food? And they'll be like, oh, it was this or it was that. It's a burger. I remember when I was a little girl, it was the Dairy Queen dip cones. I love those things. Just giving those kind of treats to your body just goes, okay, like, I'm being supported. Also, letting yourself rest. That is another way to nurture. Sometimes just lying around and just watching a good movie that really makes you feel safe, makes you feel like you can laugh again. What does that do? It calms the body down. It calms the nervous system down and goes, it's okay. I don't have to keep pushing through, which is why the first step of advice, I'm like, you gotta do this. You cannot push. So in nurturing yourself, you let yourself eat the foods that make you feel good. You allow yourself to rest. And here's the biggest thing, and this is really difficult to do. I'm just gonna be super honest with you. This is not easy, but my darling, if you're conscious of it, you will be able to self-correct in this. And that is, please, for the love of God, do not beat yourself up. This does not make anything better. It only makes matters worse. And yes, you're going to want to beat the other person up. You're going to want to vilify them in your mind. Like, they were such an a-hole. And maybe you're right. Maybe they were. But for you, this is not the time to beat yourself up. This is part of nurturing yourself, is telling yourself these sort of things. When the thoughts come, I should have done this, or why didn't I do this? No to that. Like, if I were there, I'd be like, cut that out. It sounds like this. You know what? Maybe I didn't do everything perfectly, but I did the best that I could, and I'm going to learn how to do better the next time. So you're validating, like, yeah, you did the best you could. There are probably some things that you screwed up in. Face it, we all make mistakes, especially in relationships. We all do. I do, you do, your parents do, your friends do, even the people with the glorified relationships on Instagram, they make mistakes. Everyone does. You're not alone in that. Acknowledging, okay, maybe I made some mistakes. I did the best that I can. And if I didn't do the best that I can, then I'm going to learn to do better the next time. You're going to get that course. You're going to self-correct. You're going to change the things that you need to change. But this is not the time, and it's never the time, to beat yourself up, berate yourself, and put yourself down. You know, it's like misery loves company. And sometimes when we're feeling low, the mind goes, hey, you're already feeling low. I can help you stay in that vibration. I can support you to stay in that energy and show you other reasons why you should feel low. And you have to go, brain, mind, thank you so much for wanting to support me, but that's really not going to help me right now. So let's not do that. It's not a time to break yourself. When you nurture yourself, it's telling yourself things like, I did the best I could. I accept myself right now, and I'm going to find the resources so that I can do better the next time. Resting, eating the foods, monitoring your self-talk. That is super, 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 super important. And in doing so, spending some time alone, allowing, you know, your friends are going to want to give you pep talks, and that's so great. But sometimes you just need to let your body rest. But coming into number 3, the third thing that I would say is, do allow people to be there for you in healthy ways. And I know that this is going to sound kind of foreign, but letting people hold you. You're like, Arica, where am I going to find that? Sometimes you just got to be vulnerable enough to tell your friends, tell the people around you, can you just give me a hug? It's letting the people in your life. The third thing I would say is letting the healthy, and I want to clarify healthy, because just letting any Joe Blow in your life, if you've got that toxic friend, you've got that negative parent, whoever it may be, these are not the people that you need in your life. You're already feeling toxic, you know, for lack of better terms. You're already feeling heavy on the inside, like you just drank poison. You're already feeling all that. You don't need anyone to pour that into you anymore. You need loving people. So it's surrounding yourself with healthy people who are going to help fill you up, whether that's, what is your love language? Like, how do you fill your cup? Is it words of affirmation? Be like, can you just encourage me? Can you please just remind me why I'm great? Can you please just tell me those words? It's being around people who are going to fill those things up. It's, if it's touch, then being like, can you just hold me? Or, you know what? I have not cleaned my house in 2 weeks because I've been so depressed. Can you help me come clean up my house? Acts of service, you know, something like that. If it's a gift, be like, I know this sounds really crazy, but would you just bring me a coffee? It would just feel so good to me if someone just brought me a gift right now. It's my love language, and I'm feeling like I'm on empty. People would be happy to do that for you. And if it's quality time, it's reaching out to a friend and just saying, hey, can you just come over and can we have like a bottle of wine and we just talk about like the good times and share stories of things that we've done? Or can you sit on the couch with me and watch a movie? Don't be afraid to ask people to support you in this time. Healthy, I can't say that enough, healthy people to support you, and get really clear on what it is that you need. Like, the easiest way, you're like, Arica, I can't even think about what I need. I'm in so much pain. And I hear that. And so it's really quick going into your love language. What's my love language? And who am I gonna let come and support me in this time? It's so important. These 3 things are super important. 1, don't rush, don't push yourself. 2, you gotta nurture yourself. And 3, allow healthy people in your life to come and support you. If this spoke to you, please let me know in the comment section. I would love to know that this supported you. It hurts me to know that you're alone and going through this. So please let me know in the comment section what part of this really spoke to you. And also give it a thumbs up, because I promise you, you're not the only person who's going through this. Someone else is hurting, and by you giving a thumbs up, it helps the YouTube algorithm go, okay, this is a video that's speaking to people, and then it will promote it. And in doing so, you'll be supporting someone else who's in the same place as you, who needs these exact words. So I have another video coming up here. Please be sure to watch it. It's going to support you in your journey. And just know this, more importantly than any information that I can give you, any tips I can give you, it's just to know that you're loved, babe. I promise the sun's gonna come out in your life again. I promise you this. But you are so loved, baby doll, and you matter. And you are lovable despite how you may feel today. I'll see you soon. Subscribe because I've got more videos for you. You take care, my darling.